Hey guys, I thought I would make this video to help anyone who is struggling to put back on a timing belt. So after you've taken off the old one, installed a new water pump, put on a new tensioner, if you're having a hard time getting enough slack to get the timing belt to make it over the cam pulley up here, I'm going to walk through what I did that took me 2 days of trial and error before I finally figured it out the hard way. And so everything hinges on how you assemble this pulley right here, the tensioner. And what I found is you need to, when you're installing the new one, you need to have the pin in, but at the same time, a lot of the pins that came in these timing kits will cover the Allen key that is on it. So this is what the pins will look like on the pulley. And so there will be some kind of metal pin like this that is supposed to hold these two together like that, and then this part goes through this Allen key slot, and you need to be able to access this Allen key slot in order to rotate and create slack in your timing belt to get it onto the cam pulley up here. And so what I did is I took a drill bit, just because they're very strong, because if you use welding wire or something, it'll just bend, and you need a very stiff wire, because when you torque on this thing to get it to 33 foot-pounds after you've installed it, this wire will need to be able to hold and keep these two pieces from rotating past each other. So that's the purpose of this metal pin right here. And once you've done that, the next thing that I did was get a 6mm Allen key on a ratchet, and I'm just supporting the ratchet because I'm working alone right now on a wood block here, and so I have the end of the ratchet resting on the wood block, and you're going to be wanting to rotate it counterclockwise, and that will create just barely enough slack for you to get the timing belt onto the cam pulley up here after you've properly installed it. And so this is what it should look like after you've finished it. So the next thing I'm going to do, because I just finished installing this thing, was torque down this bolt. And that's another very important point. So this 14mm bolt right here, you do not torque that down to 33 foot-pounds until you've added slack and gotten the belt onto your cam pulley. If you torque this bolt down, you won't be able to rotate out the cam pulley to get the tensioner to get the slack you need to install the timing belt. And that was a mistake that I made on this one. Was I torqued down the bolt, and then when you try to use the 6mm Allen key in this hole to rotate the cam pulley out so that your timing belt can get it over this, it won't work, because and I ended up just stripping the threads on this Allen key. So I ruined this tensioner, and that was a little bit of an expensive lesson. So try not to make that same mistake, and just to recap, you'll stick some kind of strong piece of metal, like a little drill bit that's skinny enough for a nail, through these two holes, because you want to keep these two holes aligned. You'll put the 14mm bolt into here. You screw this into the engine block after you attach the spring onto this and onto the actual engine block. And then you just initially screw this into the engine block by hand. Do not torque it down. After you've gotten the tensioner screwed down by hand, there should be enough leeway for you to be able to slide it out using the 6mm Allen key, and you're going to be rotating it counterclockwise in order to essentially pull the tensioner this way, which will give your timing belt just enough slack that it becomes movable. And then once I take away this ratchet here that's supporting this, there's going to be tension on this belt, and I'm going to pull the little drill bit that I have installed in there, and then I'm going to actually torque this bolt down to 33 foot-pounds. And so this was a very long lesson that I learned the hard way, and I hope you guys take something away from this if you find yourself in the same situation. And thanks for watching.